Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to Scott's DIY. It's an exciting day today. We're going to be pulling out and demoing our old wired security system to make room for a new wireless security system. I'm really excited to get started, but before we do, there's a couple things I want to touch base on. Number one, you have to call and cancel your current service with your current alarm service provider. Why pay for something if you're going to be ripping it out? That's number one. Number two, if you have any doubt about locating your power supply, or you don't know where your power supply is, or you can't find your power supply, I definitely suggest you call an electrician and have them help you. Okay? We don't want any problems. I don't want you taking stuff out while there's still power on it. Your power supply should look just like this. It's a Honeywell Ademco, I think 1321 is the model, and it plugs into a plug and the actual faceplate with that screw on top. So if you do see this, this should be your plug, especially if it says 16.5 volts AC. So this is just a little tip for you guys. Hopefully this helps. The first thing we're going to do is actually disconnect your power supply, and then you're going to take off your battery as well. You have a backup battery in your alarm box, and you should know the location of all these things. Your power supply, your keypad, your alarm box, your sensors all throughout the house, where they are, which ones we are going to touch, which ones we're not going to touch. The ones in the door frames, in the front and back door, we're not going to touch. We're just going to leave them in there. But the ones on the windows and the motion sensors, we are going to remove. And I also have a smoke sensor I'm going to remove as well. So that's a lot of things we're going to be removing. We do need some spackle at the end of this job, but I'm not going to talk about spackle right now. The main thing is demoing your old alarm system to make room for our new wireless system. So you ready to pull out your current alarm system? Let's do this. So this is the area where we had a wireless sensor, okay? And that's all it was put on with adhesive, but that was the wireless sensor that is right over here. And this is what that looks like. When you open it up, there's a battery in there. A lithium battery that lasted many, many years. Although this is an antiquated wireless sensor, the new systems are actually set up the same way. They just have a more modern packaging. You'll see them in the new wireless system that we're going to actually install after this video. Next up, the dreaded wired window sensors. So these are the tools we're going to use to remove the wired window sensors. Screwdriver, wire cutters, precision screwdriver, needle nose, and a razor scraper. This is a close-up of the wired sensors we will be removing today. This is the most tedious job. Okay, so it's time to remove the keypad. This is pretty simple. I already did one side of it. There's these two holes on the bottom, and all you need is a precision screwdriver, just like this one. And as you can see, this one was already popped out. You just put your screwdriver in that hole, and that side should pop out, like it is now. And then go to the other side, and there's another little hole, just like the other side. And you put your screwdriver in there, and that pops that out so you can take the whole face off. And that's all there is to it. Now all we have to do is remove this screw, and that will remove the whole plate off the wall. We cut the wire, and we're pretty much done after that. See, we have the second screw. We're taking this out, and all we have to do is take it out from there. All right, he put 4 anchors in the wall, and he only had 2 screws in, so it's 2 more anchors I gotta get rid of. Or maybe not. Maybe I could use them with the new keypad. Who knows? But for now, here's your keypad, here's the wire, and here's our favorite cutters. We just cut the cord on the wired alarm system. It's a good feeling. But it did serve its purpose for many years, but it's at its end of life now. Next up, the alarm box. Okay, so here we are with the alarm box. As you can see, you got the battery in there, you have the hardline jack on the old system, and you have your circuit board, and you have a little hole in the wall right there. We're going to cut all these wires, we're going to wrap them up in electrical tape, and we're going to put them back in the hole. I need a Phillips here. I need a Phillips there. There's one in the corner right there. And then right there in the bottom corner. You can barely see it, but it's there. And we're going to take this box out. Alright, so we're just going to... This one. 2. 3. You know what we didn't do? We didn't cut the wires, so they're not going to come right out. That's a problem. So I know the battery is dead, and so it didn't bother me that the battery was hooked up, but you should disconnect your battery before you cut your wires. That will also make the box a lot lighter. Okay. There we go. Everything just pulls out just like that. And here's your alarm box successfully removed. All right, so I just cut all these wires. I wrapped the end of it with electrical tape, and this could just go right back into the wall. There's no electricity going to those wires, so we're not worried about it. But what we are going to do is get a patch for this hole and also remove these anchors. And after we remove the anchors, we'll get some spackle, do the patch, and we're done. Oh, and we probably have to paint.
There we go. So those are the wall anchors here. They come out really easy.
So that's a removal of the alarm box. I think we're okay now. After a little spackle and paint, you'll never know it was there. A little tip and trick, guys. If you're in that same situation like I had, this door was actually in the way of me working on the box. This door comes out. It actually has lift-off hinges on it. So that would have saved me more time, and that was a lesson learned on me, but my lessons are your lessons, and we're certainly learning our lessons on this job. Next up is the motion sensor. Here we go. Hey guys, so I was trying to figure out how to take this off right here. This is an old ADT motion sensor. And what I did, I just put the you know, the screwdriver right in there and just start prying it. And it just came off. Just like that. And in here, we have a screw going into the wall here and a screw going into the wall here. So what I need to do is just remove that and cut the wire. And it looks like we got to do some spackling here as well. Remove a screw here. And remove the second screw here. So now with both screws out, we're just going to pull this away from the wall. And thank goodness I have both these paints available in a plastic cartridge inside the garage, so I could actually touch it up and make it right. So I'm just going to basically cut this wire and then just probably tuck it right back in. Now what we have to do to finish this area is apply some spackle, sand it down, and touch it up with the matching wall paint. Next item on the list to remove is the smoke detector. Okay, it's pretty simple. All we gotta do is turn counterclockwise, right? Drop it. This wire here. We're just gonna take our snips. And then that's it. And we only have 3 screws up there that we have to undo. And that's that. Put a little patch over that, sand it down, and then paint it. And it will look good as new. And just a note, guys, the smoke detector I removed from my ceiling in the yellow, I'm not worried about another smoke detector because there's already one in the immediate vicinity in the orange circle. So if you're removing your smoke detector and you don't have one in the immediate vicinity, I suggest you go out and buy one and put one up as soon as possible because you want to protect your family and that's the most important thing in the world. So I just wanted to make that point for you guys, and it is a safety point as well. Okay guys, for this job, these are the tools we used to remove the alarm panel. This is the door to the alarm panel. This is the keypad. This is the smoke detector. This is the motion sensor. This is the wireless sensor on the kitchen window. And these are the other sensors that were on the 4 other windows downstairs. So we removed the whole system. Everything is off. The only thing we have left to do is basically spackle where we have to, sand, and paint. But that's another job. I'm not going to include this on this video. But this is the system in its entirety removed from the home. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I really hope you got something out of that. If you did, please like and subscribe. If you have any comments or any lessons learned on your end that you want to share with the community, leave a comment so everybody can see it and learn from it. Okay, because that's what this is all about. We're paying it forward to everybody else. So the next video we're going to have is going to be installing the Ring wireless system. I'm looking forward to that, and I hope you are too. So stay safe out there, and we'll catch you on the next video.